University Credit Union. Local to Utah, loyal to you.
Hello, welcome back to Talk 365. You are just in time for Holly to chat with my good friend Camille.
I got a chance to continue our wellness conversation with Miss Camille from Flourish Wellness Consulting. She is awesome. She offers life coaching, one-on-one, customizable. She's amazing, and I'm hoping she's going to be Talk 365's official life coach. Check it out.
Talk 365's Small Talk is made possible by University Credit Union.
Hey everybody, welcome to our continued conversation on wellness. Today I am with Camille Kennard from Flourish Wellness Consulting. Camille, thank you so much for talking to me today. Okay, so tell me about consulting, because really you're a life coach, right? Mm-hmm. Life coaches are amazing. I love this. So tell me all about it, what you do, and what types of people are coming to see you.
So I really help people get really clear on what it is they want with their health. So I help them kind of get a vision in their mind. We actually write out a very specific vision of what they want. An example of that would be, I want to be healthy and fit. I want to have time for my kids. I want to be able to live the life I want. And I actually have them state it as if it already happened. I am healthy. I am physically active. I am having time for my children and everything in my life. So I help them do that, and we actually set up monthly goals as well as weekly goals that they're working on. And we look at what the strategies are to help them accomplish those goals, and then also any challenges or opportunities that they see with that. And I focus a lot on positive psychology. So I help them look at what's going well, what's going right. Each week when they come, we talk about the celebrations. What went well this week? You know, what were you able to do? You know, sometimes people are hard on themselves, and something I believe strongly in is self-compassion, and that's something I teach my clients as well. And sometimes they'll be hard on themselves and say, "Oh, I ate a cookie this week," you know, and or be very. And we tend to think in black and white, and I try to help people see what's going right, what's going well. What did you do well? What were you happy about?
You only ate one cookie.
Yeah. You exercised this week and you felt really good. You spent time with your family. Whatever it was that they were really excited about, because the more you expand on that, the more that builds their confidence and their self-efficacy, so that they want to continue to do those kinds of behaviors.
I love that. Now there's something to writing it down too, right? I know there's a couple books my sister has read and has told me about, and basically she said, you just have to write down your goals. Just write it down, and you have to handwrite it. What is that?
I think it just helps people be really clear. I actually have them not only write it down, but I have them put a picture of what they want, so they could get like magazines, a vision board.
Ooh, I do
so
love
that
those.
They're putting it in words, because we think in words and pictures. So helping them put it down in words and pictures actually helps it become a part of their mind. So they're thinking about it constantly. So actually they're creating the life they want in their head before they create it physically.
That's very cool. Now, what is the difference between life coaching and seeing like a psychologist? Because your background is in psychology, right?
Right. I'm a licensed clinical social worker as well. So the difference is when you're doing coaching, you're working with people that are really motivated to make some changes in their lives. It could be anyone. It could be my neighbor, and they're people that don't necessarily have a diagnosis like of depression or anxiety or some kind of a clinical mental health diagnosis. So I look at it as I'm helping people get to the next notch, the next level in the way they think about themselves and their life. And that's where the wellness coaching comes in. So
I think that no matter where you're at, you can always think better. I know some of the greatest minds in the world have a life coach that help you attain goals and do exactly what you're saying. How often are people meeting with you to make these goals happen?
It really depends on the client, so it's individualized to what they're working on. For example, if a client wants to run a 5K in 2 months, that's pretty soon. So we're probably going to try to meet every week and talk about, okay, how many miles do you need to run, and what do you need to eat, and those kinds of things, and getting really specific. The majority of my clients, I have them commit to a 3 months, just because we know for any habit to change, it takes at least that long for that behavior change to happen. And so I have them commit to that, and then they'll meet every other week the majority of the time. And then some people do meet like once a month if they just kind of need a little booster to what they're already planning on doing. But if they really need some intense coaching around emotional eating or stress management, things like that, we usually meet about every other week.
Because you work with a lot of people who have eating disorders or have relationship problems with food. Tell me a little bit about that and about your movement classes, because I used to be I was a ballet major and I was a ballerina, and we studied a lot about movement therapy when I was in school, and how cool that was if you learned to move slow you'll learn to react slow. And I was always fascinated by that kinesiology stuff. So explain that.
A big part of what I do is, actually it's the majority of what I do, is mindfulness. So mindfulness in every aspect, mindfulness in your movement. And what mindfulness is it's paying attention to something without judgment in that moment. So helping people move mindfully, helping people, which I try to have them find something that is joyful to them they can do moving. So if it's gardening, if it's spending time with their kids outdoors, if they're doing some kind of movement, they'll see the benefits of that. And then I also have them do a mindful eating. So why am I eating? It's really being clear on, okay, I'm just noticing that I'm eating this. I'm eating it because I have emotional hunger. Am I actually really physically hungry? What is the reason why I'm eating? So it's kind of gaining insight into your behavior and being present in your body. I've noticed that in our culture that we're in with technology, and we're so busy, people aren't very present in their bodies, and that's a big thing that I try to get people to tune into is, what am I experiencing in this moment? What am I feeling? You know, what's going on here? And helping them come up with some plans for that. So I do yoga and mindfulness events. So we talk about being able to help people with anxiety or stresses to be able to kind of come down from that through the movement. And then also just helping them come up with an eating program that works for them to kind of be present with their food and have a good relationship with food. We often have a love-hate relationship with food. Like, I love my brownie, but it's bad for me, so I hate it, right?
Yeah.
And I try to get people to not say this is a bad food or this is a good food, but just in general, what do I feel when I eat that? What's the experience like for me when I eat that certain food? So I try to get really hard to not get people to get them out of the black and white thinking, because you know, New Year's comes and we're like, I'm gonna just exercise all the time, or I'm not gonna do, you know.
It keeps you more middle and not going
more moderate.
so extreme.
Yeah, so helping people kind of moderate their thinking, and also just really tune into what they're feeling and thinking, noticing when they're feeling stress, and helping them have a kind of an emotional care kit of things they can go to that help them decompress from that stressful feeling. So,
well, I think anytime somebody has been chronically ill, or maybe not chronically ill to the level of, you know, like they've had cancer forever, but even myself, I think I've been sick for a year with something and I could not find a diagnosis. I couldn't find doctors in and out of ERs. They just all basically said, after they looked at the tests that they were willing to do, you're fine. Maybe you're crazy. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe get a life coach. Maybe see someone. Well, hey, maybe you should, because you know what? I got really scared towards the end of, right before I figured out some blood work and got some stuff done to find out what was happening with me. Had H. pylori, it's bacteria, if you've missed the other part of this discussion in earlier series. But anxiety levels were high, my stress level was high, I was really scared, and I started thinking about the different aspects of wellness, and I think I was feeling victimized, and that's what was happening. And so being in charge and taking control of your life that way changes everything. And I think someone like you, even if you don't have a diagnosis yet, or you're struggling with anything at all, from not feeling great to not meeting your goals, empowering yourself and having someone help you become empowered, that's a powerful place to be, and I love that you're doing that. Really quick before we go, tell me, is there a life habit that you have, a wellness habit, that you wouldn't give up?
I would say that my wellness habit that I would never give up is taking a break.
Ooh.
We all need to take breaks. We're too busy, and we need to take time to do that mindfulness, or, you know, making some time to meditation.
Okay.
So for meditation,
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Camille, how do people get a hold of you who want to come and see you?
They can just get a hold of me on my website. It's flourishwellnessconsulting.com, and they can find out about my different programs there, the joyful movement, mindful eating, and just using mindfulness to deal with stress.
Talk 365's Small Talk is made possible by University Credit Union.